Obama proposes tax rises to end budget caps. U.S. President Barack Obama has sent a $4 pound 2.6 TN, budget proposal to Congress with significant tax rises, primarily on firms and the wealthy. Mr. Obama's plan would use new taxes to remove current budget caps and fund infrastructure projects. He spoke at the U.S. Homeland Security Department, which faces a funding shortage at the end of February. But analysts say it is unlikely the Republican-controlled Congress will approve the proposals. Mr. Obama's spending plan is considered the opening gambit in an expected negotiation with Congress. Republican budget officials are expected to put forward their own proposals in a few weeks' time. President Barack Obama delivers remarks at the Department of Homeland Security on his FY 2016 budget proposal February 2, 2015. Mr. Obama said he would not increase military spending within similar rises in domestic programs. The opposition party accuses Mr. Obama of reverting to tax and spend policies without changing the biggest areas of government spending, Social Security and health programs. Representative Paul Ryan, the Republicans' top budget official, said Mr. Obama was exploiting envy economics in his proposal. This top-down redistribution doesn't work, Mr. Ryan told NBC. Among the new tax rises is a one-off 14% tax on U.S. profits made overseas, as well as a 19% tax on any future profits as they are earned. No tax is currently due on foreign profits as long as they are not brought into the U.S. President Barack Obama's new $4 trillion budget plan is distributed by Senate Budget Committee staffer Eric Chalmers as it arrives on Capitol Hill in Washington February 2, 2015. Republicans in Congress are expected to respond with a counter-proposal in the spring. The $238 BN, pound 158 BN, raised would be used to fund infrastructure projects across the country. Research firm Audit Analytics calculated last April that U.S. firms made $2.1 TN worth of profits abroad. Other tax proposals include tax credits for childcare and second earners. Earners taxed at the top rate would only be able to take tax deductions at a lower rate. An increase in capital gains tax from 20% to 28%. A tax rise on cigarettes over 10 years from $1.01 per pack to $1.95. Mr. Obama also called for an end to spending caps on the military and most domestic agencies first put in place in 2011. Calling the caps mindless austerity, Mr. Obama's budget eliminates such limits for the 6 years they are scheduled to remain in place, representing a spending increase of $362 BN. Mr. Obama warned congressional Republicans on Monday that he would not accept lifting caps on national security spending without doing the same for domestic programs. I will not accept a budget that severs the vital links between our national security and our economic security, he said. Those two things go hand in hand. The spending plan also includes proposals Mr. Obama promised in his State of the Union speech last month, including free community college tuition. Line. Employees jumped to celebrate during the opening of a new Apple store in Chongqing Municipality, January 31, 2015. Apple and the U.S. tax grab. Kim Gittleson, BBC News. To understand just how convoluted the world of U.S. corporate tax has become, you only need to look to one company, Apple. The technology giant just announced on Monday that it will raise money via U.S. debt markets in order to return money to shareholders, despite reporting the biggest quarterly corporate profit in history last week. That's because Apple keeps most of its profits overseas, in places like Ireland and Bermuda, where corporate tax rates are lower than the 35% imposed by the U.S. government. The company's accountants have decided it is cheaper to raise money via so-called I-bond sales than to take any of that money back into the U.S. No one in the U.S., Republicans and Democrats, think this is a good thing, but President Obama's solution is not supported by Republicans, and even some Democrats. Democratic Senator Barbara Boxer and Republican Rand Paul recently proposed a separate plan for a tax repatriation holiday. That's when the US government agrees to let firms bring money back into the US at a one-time lower tax rate. While this is the method preferred by corporations, studies have shown that repatriation holidays have ultimately cost the US government money.